Hello friends, once again I am here along with the several multiple choice question based upon the introduction to bones and the skull. From the last video we have started our series of multiple choice question based upon the human anatomy and physiology. In the very last video we discussed the several multiple choice question based upon the eye. If you want to see that video based upon the multiple choice questions of eyes, you can simply click over the I button that is reflecting at your screen. With the help of these multiple choice questions, you can easily analyze the depth of your study, and it will definitely help to build enough competence in you to appear for the examination. So in this video we are going to discuss about the multiple choice questions based upon the introduction to the bones and specifically to the skull. So without wasting our time, let us move to the very first multiple choice question related to the introduction to bones and skull. So the first question is dash are the connective tissue which connects two bones together. Option A ligament, B tendons, C cartilage, D skeletal muscle. To solve this question I have given 5 seconds. If you need more time to solve this question, you can pause the video and take your own time to solve this question, and once you get the answer, again resume the video to find out the correct answer. Your time starts now. So friends, the correct answer is ligaments. While you can see here, there is another option B, tendons. But tendons are there. These are also the specialized type of connective tissue, but this time they connect muscle to the bones. Number 2, which one of the following forms bone tissue and bone matrix? A, red bone marrow, B, yellow bone marrow, C, osteoblast, and D, osteoclast. So the friends answer is osteoblast. So these are the bone cells which are being responsible for forming the bone tissue and matrix. So what are the other options are for? For example, red bone marrow, it is being responsible for the formation of blood cells. Yellow bone marrow, it is helpful in the development of bone, cartilage, muscle and fat cells for your body. While the osteoclasts are there, being responsible for the destruction of bone tissue and bone matrix, resulting into resorption of bones. So the third question is, in an average human skeleton, dash number of bones are present? A 306, B 260, C 106, and D 206. So this is a very easy question, and this is a question related to the general knowledge. So the option is 206. What is the additional information is available to this question? It is what? There are typically around 270 bones in human infants, which later fuse to become about 206 to 213 bones in an human adult, and that's why we have used the term in an average human skeletal is made up of dash number of bones. Number 4, axial skeleton includes the study of bones of A. Skull, forelimb, hind limb, B. Skull, thoracic cage and vertebral column, C. Vertebral column, cranium and hind limb, D. Cranium and facial bone. Here we have to find out the term axial skeleton is used for. So the correct answer is skull, thoracic cage and vertebral column. So whenever we study the bones related to the skull, thoracic cage and vertebral column, we study the axial skeleton. Number 5, skull is made up of dash number of bones. Very easy question. Option A 22, B 25, C 29 and D 32. So the correct answer is 29. In several books, the answer is given is 22, and it is just because of what they consider the skull is made up of the two type of bones. One is a cranium and the second one is a facial bone. Cranium consists of 8 number of bones and facial bone consists of 14 number of bones. But in addition to that one, the skull is also consist of the auditory ossicles which are 6 in number and hyoid bone which is 1 in number. So collectively there are 29 bones in the skull. The suture which joins two parietal bones together is known as A. Coronal suture, B. Sagittal suture, C. Lambdoidal suture, and D. Squamous suture. So the correct answer is sagittal suture. So this question can also be asked for the remaining options. So we should also know the additional information regarding this question, like the coronal suture helps to join frontal bone to the parietal bone. Lambdoid suture helps to join parietal bone to occipital bone, and squamous suture joins parietal bone to temporal bone. Next question. The styloid process of temporal bone: A. Forms temporomandibular joint. B. Provides site for the attachment of hyoid bone through ligaments. C. Provides site for the attachment of ear ossicles. And D. Form joint with the parietal bone. Think for a while to solve this question. So friends, correct answer is the styloid process of the temporal bone provide the site for the attachment of hyoid bone through the ligaments. Next question. Which one of the following bone forms middle portion of the base of the cranium? A. Ethmoid bone, B. Occipital bone, C. Sphenoid bone, and D. Parietal bone. So the correct answer is sphenoid bone, option C. Friends, whenever we will study the base of the skull, it can be divided into three parts: the posterior base, middle base, and the anterior base. The back of the head or the back of the cranium and the base, posterior base of the cranium, it is formed by the occipital bone. The middle portion of the base of the skull, it is formed by the sphenoid bone, while the anterior base of the cranium, it is formed by the ethmoid bone. Next question. In which one of the following bone pituitary gland resides? A. Ethmoid bone, B. Occipital bone, C. Sphenoid bone, D. Parietal bone. Correct answer is C. Sphenoid bone. As we got introduced to the sphenoid bone in the last question, that it forms the middle portion of the base of the cranium. So this sphenoid bone at its center possesses a cavity. That cavity is known as the hypophyseal fossa or sella turcica, and it is the cavity where the pituitary gland is located. Identify the smallest bone in human body. A. Scapula, B. Malleus, C. Incus, and D. Stapes. So the smallest bone in the human body, it is stapes, and malleus, incus, and stape all are the ear ossicles or the bones present in the ear. And among that, stape, it is the smallest bone present in human body. The only movable joint in the skull. A. Fibrous joint between maxilla and temporal bone. B. Fibrous joint between frontal and temporal bone. C. Temporomandibular joint. And D. None of the above. Take your own time to solve this question. So what will be the answer, friends? So option C, it is the correct answer. That is temporomandibular joint. It is the only movable joint, while the joints present in the option A and the B, these are the immovable joints. Next question. Middle ear is located in cavity of temporal bone, B parietal bone, C occipital bone, and D maxilla. I repeat the question. Middle ear is located in a cavity of A temporal bone, B parietal bone, C occipital bone, and D maxilla. So the answer of this question is temporal bone. Yes, friends, the middle ear is located in a cavity of temporal bone, and that cavity is known as tympanic cavity. So friends, hope you will find this video helpful for your study and clearing your doubts related to the introduction of bones and the skull. So friends, do not forget to subscribe and share this video if you like. Till then, have a nice day and goodbye.